Thank, thank you so much, Leader George. You always put a smile on my face. We love the nuggets. We want to hear from you. I'm sure everyone on the call will want to hear more and more from you. We know you've got a lot of wisdom. You've been in this industry and done it in a big way before. So we are always ready to listen, and we hope you'll be sharing more. And we know that even on this call, there's more. So for those of you who are on the call, we encourage you to stay till the very end so that you can hear more from Leader George. I mean, he always has amazing things to share. All right. And he's really an asset to the team. So thank you so much, Leader George. Again, I just want to acknowledge everyone who's on the call today. We are 11, so at least I can go by name. Leader Daniel, of course, in Nairobi. Abu Bakar. Hopefully, I can be on that call with you, Abu Bakar, after this call, because I've heard so much about you and I'm so excited to connect with you. And I look forward to coming to Mombasa soon to meet you. There's also Dr. Musa from Congo. I'm very happy to see you on the call. I'm I'm very expectant, waiting anxiously to hear those testimonials. I know they're going to be very powerful. And then we have um, Matt, who I'll introduce coming up. John in all the way from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, on the island. We have Susan, our leader and trainer in Nairobi. TK, we are always happy to have you here. You're part of this family, okay, TK, all the way from South Africa. And then I just wanted to confirm, Viv. Oh, Martha is on the call. Martha is from Nairobi. She's excited. Martha, we are happy to have you on the call. And then we have Viv. I just needed to confirm that this Viv is the Viv from Zimbabwe, but I'm not
All the
sure.
way. She's the one.
Is she the
From
one?
Zimbabwe. Yes.
Oh, wonderful, Vivian. We are so happy to have you on the call. And the team, you can see we are growing every day. The family is growing. We are taking over Africa. That is the plan, okay? We start with Africa, then we take over the whole world, right? So we are starting with Africa, one country at a time, one leader at a time, and soon we want this to be like the biggest team. We are growing the biggest team in Africa and indeed all over the world. So I'm so excited to have you on the call today. Today is an exciting day for us because we have a number of speakers and everyone has something to say. So we'll just make it short, but we really want to hear from people because remember, members, this is your call. Yeah, exactly, TK, together as one. Remember, this is your call. And we want it to be, almost interactive. Of course, sometimes we'll allow you maybe to write something, a message or talk to us later just because of time. We know you have families, there are things, there's stuff you need to do. So we don't want to keep you, too long on this call. Before I introduce the next speaker, I just want to say a few things. We are going into the holiday season now. And as people are preparing to go for holiday and everything, I think this is the biggest time for our business, And it's interesting because as everyone else is going to sleep, so to speak, relaxing and putting their feet up, for us, this is the height of business. And people need this fuel factor. They need to know about our product. They need to know about our business. So the first thing I'd like to say is that for all of you who are on this call, even Vivian, all the way from Zimbabwe, you are all pioneers. We all are. This product hasn't been around long in Africa, okay? It's really just a few months. And, I think we are the right team to move this business. But you must realize that we are in the first stages. We are in pioneer season. You know anything about pioneers, you can read all about them. History has it already that pioneers, they're the ones who go through the fire. And they are the trailblazers. They set precedent, but they're the ones who go through so that the ones who come behind have an easier time. And so pioneer season does not last forever. And our business really right now, you need to know that you're among the pioneers, okay? Very important. And for Pioneer, the season, there's really just a window. And that window does not last long, but you are in it right now. Now, there are two things for pioneers. A pioneer, you can either, you see the opportunity, that's why you're here, you'll see it. But I always say, it's another thing to seize the opportunity. So seeing it is one thing, but seizing it, taking full advantage of the opportunity presented to you is another thing altogether. We know of many stories, there are people who are storytellers, and maybe they'll see someone, they were together at the beginning, and this person now is doing well. Maybe they're on TV, everyone is talking about them. And there are these guys who will always come and say, oh, by the way, you know what? I know them. You see that guy? I know him. I was there at that first presentation. I was there when he was talking about this business. I was there. And they're just happy to be the guy who knows the guys who are making it. But for us, I think it's important to seize the opportunity. We don't just want you to be here to listen. You've had this already. We want you to be one of the success stories. And everybody on this call has an equal chance of becoming very, very successful with this opportunity. Okay. When the others come sometime late, next year, maybe halfway, midway next year, you want to hear like, who has joined? Oh my goodness. Okay, this person has joined. This organization has joined. And you just want to say, are they in my organization somewhere? It's about what size of the pie is going to be yours. Like when you order a pizza, for those of you who like pizza, like I do, and then you're like, there are pieces there, right? There are pieces, and you want to see. It's very similar. Just think about it. When that pie is shared out, what's going to be your portion? Is it just going to be one small slice, or are you going to have the largest share of the pie? It's all up to you. And everything is about what you do in this season, this pioneer season. Mark my words, you will remember this. Put it down everywhere, you guys. This is a good time to get a head start on the business. We were just talking with Vivian the other day, and I told her, don't worry. It's not there yet, but it will. And you'll remember this day. You will be the pioneer in the market. And that is everything. Being among the first is everything. So I'm so happy that you're all on the call, and I'm just excited to grow with you. I'm interested in all of you making it together, because it's teamwork, which is sweet. If Daniel is successful here, or George, it's not enough. We want everyone on this call to be successful. Congo, Dr. Musa, you're on the call. I know the sacrifice. I know everything. John, I know you're probably on the road sometimes, but you're here in Nigeria. I know the issues of network. I know what's going on, but you guys are on the call, And so I just want to appreciate you and tell you, in the end, it will be worth it. John in Nigeria knows we always say, you know what? Just keep doing it. Be consistent. Keep pushing. It will pay off. Indeed, I can assure you it will pay off. Yeah. So I just want to mention, like right now, I know in the market, we've just enjoyed this BOGO. The company really helped us out here. We are so excited that we could participate, because originally we were not going to participate in this, but we insisted that, BOGO must be open for us as well. For this African market, it must be open for us to enjoy the benefits those in the US and in Europe are getting. And what is not common, especially like in East Africa, in Kenya, they opened up the back office for us so that we could do what we call back orders, so that we can enjoy that BOGO. And I think a lot of people here have benefited from this. And even though I know there's been a delay in the product getting here, and those are some of the things. Pioneer season, like we said, it's not easy. But I just want to assure you that product is coming. Yeah, and we are going to do this business big time. So we'll be sharing more information in our forums, and I think we are, let's stick it out. This is the time where you fasten your safety belt and prepare for the ride ahead. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. So without too much time now, I think I just want to invite our next speaker. Our next speaker is someone who's like full of energy. He's always excited about the business. We want him to come and tell us a few things about setting your payment right. Now, this section maybe might apply mostly for those in East Africa, but please bear with us because this is very, very important because we have a payday coming up this Thursday. So this section is very, very important. This gentleman is, he's just full of energy. He's like, we used to have an advert saying like the energizer battery, it just goes on and on and on. He's excited, he's branded. If you can find a branded person on the call today, or like he's branded, you can see him sitting up there in excitement. You can look at your videos now and just see, and he's all out there. He's all about this business. I mean, guys, he's all in. He's all in. And we are just so excited, and I'm so excited to introduce Leader Daniel. Please, the floor is yours. The stage is yours. Please take over.
Thank you so much, Lid. Thank you so much for the wonderful room. Open room for real would have given you a standing ovation. That was a wonderful piece of advice. We really need to take it seriously because basically we are all, I believe we are all headed towards the same direction. We have to win financially. What we say, we have to be financially dependent. Okay, we have to make sure that money is working for us, and by so doing, we are just setting the pace, as in building some. They're called tributaries that feed the main river, and by so doing, we'll definitely succeed. So, with me today, I'm going to take you through the back office, and I want okay. Here, I believe, okay, this business, it's only, okay, right now, when it comes to registration, it's only registered in 2 countries in Africa, that is Nigeria and Kenya. And all our neighboring, the people that neighbors, they'll definitely fall under Kenya. So since we've been having a BOGO, and I'm sure this Thursday, the day after tomorrow, will be payday. So we wanted, especially those people that in Kenya who have M-Pesa, to do a certain setting in your back office so that at least your money can be paid directly to your M-Pesa account. So I just wanted to take you through, especially the people in Kenya, so that at least you get to see how you're going to do the setting in your back office, so that when it's already payday, the money will come directly to your M-Pesa account. So I want to share my screen. Allow me to share my screen here. Share my screen. Yes. And I hope most of us, you have downloaded the My Daily Choice app. True or not true? Is it true? Exactly. And I'm very much sure that you're familiar with this page, right? Where you have your picture, you have your current earning and the likes. All these readings I'm very much sure you're all familiar with. In case you have any problem anywhere, please let me know, right? Let me know so that at least I can take you through. But today I just want to show you how the settings on your back office so that at least you get, okay, the money will be credited directly to your M-Pesa account. So you come to the main menu here. On the left-hand side, the left topmost side, there's the icon there with 3 dashes. You press there, and then you come directly to your wallet. Okay, you press on the wallet, and then you come to the credit wallet. Yeah, credit wallet, and these are the settings that I want you to do on the credit wallet. The credit wallet here, you drop down here. By default, there's a pledge written, I would like to credit all my earnings to my credit wallet. That normally comes by default. The moment you register, it comes directly. So I want you to change that setting, okay? To change that setting to the topmost level here, do not credit any of my earnings to my credit wallet. I want you to do that settings, okay? Come to come to my wallet, come to the credit wallet, okay? And then scroll down to where it's written, do not credit any of my earnings to my credit wallet. You press there, you can see it's highlighted, and then you save. Don't forget to do the savings, okay? When you press there, you have to highlight on there, do not credit any of my earnings to my credit wallet, and then you do what? You save, okay? After doing that, you'll see it has written, a success withdrawn setting is updated. Then from there, please follow the next step. You come still to your main menu, Okay, you come to my account. From my account, okay, you come to payment options. Come to payment options. It's going to show you this page here. Please, you scroll down. You can see all your details. And these details, I want them to resonate with the names on your M-Pesa account, right? Which is so good. So you drop down here, the place that is written direct deposit Kenya only. All right. So you'll come down here, and on this mobile money channel, you press on the right hand side, there's an icon that is pointing downwards. You press on it, okay, and it'll show you M-Pesa or Airtel Money. Can you see that? M-Pesa or Airtel Money. You highlight on M-Pesa, okay. After highlighting on M-Pesa, there's a provision there that you're supposed to write your phone number, okay. Remember, down there it's showing the format. It's 254 without a plus. Okay, just write your M-Pesa account number that you want it credited. Okay, like now, for instance, with me, I've written plus without a plus, 254 796 and the rest. You see, because basically they're showing the format. Okay, follow the format. 254 without a plus. Remember, on the mobile money channel, you've highlighted on M-Pesa. Okay, so after that, you press on this activate button. You just press on it. The moment you press on it, it will ask you whether you're sure you want to do that change, and then you say yes, and automatically, Kenya payout has been set on your exactly. So what you see here, you're going to see this symbol, green symbol here, highlighting on that your M-Pesa account is active. Are we together? Yes. So by so doing, it means now the earnings won't be going to the credit wallet. They'll be credited to your M-Pesa account. Okay. So I'm very much sure we're all together on that. I don't think there is anyone with a query. If there is anyone with a query, please, you can just come to the inbox. Just text me your question, and I'll answer your question. So without further ado, I think that's the most important thing that we needed to learn today. Okay, about M-Pesa. And today we are highlighting on M-Pesa, because basically I'm sure from the Bogle, people have really done a good job, so they need to be paid well. So the good thing is that we want them to know how to get their money directly to your M-Pesa, and they can start using it. So without further ado, let me return the baton to Leader Sue. Please, thank you so much for the floor. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Leader Daniel, for taking us through how to get paid, because that's a very, very important feature. People want to, people will work, but of course we need to know how we are going to receive our earnings. Now, I know that maybe the first time you might not get it all, but please don't worry. We are going to be sharing this, some videos tonight and tomorrow, so that you can go step by step. So if you missed something, don't worry, we'll do this over and over again. And we need you to share this information widely if you are in East Africa, so that your people get this information and they get paid on time. So we are very, very excited. Leader Daniel, thank you for sharing, and thank you for that. We know usually you take up a much longer time on Money Tuesdays, taking us through, because I know we need to know how to get our links, the replicated website. But today we want more and more people on the call. And we just, we said with Leader Daniel and everyone, we just want everyone to start participating here. So if we've not called you up, if you're not on the list of speakers today, hopefully you will be on the next call. But then now I'd like to introduce our next speaker. And our next speaker is someone that I respect very much. He is highly, highly organized, and structure works properly like this. He fits very well in the corporate world, but then he's also a very serious entrepreneur. It's very hard for people to find the balance, but he has. And so we are so excited because sometimes there's some discipline in the corporate world, yeah, that sometimes in our industry, why people don't take it seriously. But when you sit with him, and I've had the pleasure to sit with him even this evening, I mean, there's structure. So he brings structure to the organization. And I think he is a serious asset to us. So I hope you have your pen and paper and notebooks ready, because you don't want to miss this. I want to invite Leader Matt. Please come and talk to us.
Hi, Sue. Wow. Thank you so much for that introduction. Some kind words there. I hope I live up to that, to that standard that you have set. Can you hear me? Please confirm. I know.
Very well,
okay.
very well.
Great. Thank you also, George, for the great words that you shared at the beginning of the call. Great reminders about who we are as leaders. It's amazing. Thank you, Daniel, for that that step-by-step demonstration of how to sort out our payments. I mean, this is why we are all here. At the end of the day, we want to receive that money. So yeah, thanks for that clarification. Thank you, everybody else, for attending this call. And I feel honored and privileged to be here to talk to this team of great leaders. I mean, when I hear South Africa, the DRC, Nigeria, Kenya, and I think we also have somebody from Uganda. It's amazing. It's amazing that we are coming close to forming the African Union right here, and this is, I mean, it just tells you the kind of business that we are in. And thanks the leaders for giving me this opportunity to share just one or two things. It's nothing new that I'm going to share. It's something that we all are aware of, something we all work with. And there is no harm in reminding us where we are, what we are doing, how we are doing it, why we are doing it, So if you give me just about 10 minutes of your time, just to challenge us a bit, I'm just going to touch on a few highlights about strategy and tactics that that we need to think about in this business. One of the things that always amazes me about this business, particularly the business of FFX, is the kind of opportunity we have. As Sue mentioned earlier, not only do we need to see the opportunity, we also need to seize it. We need to grab it. We need to take a hold of it and run with it. So the first question I'm going to ask us all, and I know we've asked ourselves these questions, but it's also a good reminder. Do we really see the opportunity? For me, this is an opportunity that is providing a solution to some of the cries in society. And I'm privileged and honored to be part of this at this particular time. So I don't take it lightly. I don't take it for granted. To me, this is God sent, literally God sent. It's not just a cliche for me. It's something that God has given to us. And my fellow team members, we keep reminding ourselves, let's not get to heaven. And then we are being asked, what did you do with the opportunity that I gave you? So this is it. So let's run with it. Let's see the opportunity for what it is, and let's seize it and run with it. Some of the things that I keep asking myself is, who are my potential clients? I need to identify my potential clients. That's the other thing we need to do, all of us. Who are they and where are they? How do I find them? How do I reach them? The beauty about this FFX business is that we have the opportunity to find clients, reach them with a solution to some of their business issues, and also find affiliates, business partners, team members, So where are these people and how are we reaching them? These are some of the things we need to think about and document and work with them. One of the things that I found very valuable is the team that I'm working with. And the team is one of the most important aspects of this business that you will have to, to embrace. And as I was just jotting down some notes concerning this meeting, some of the questions I was asking myself is, where team is concerned, does my team leader know my goals? You know why that is so important? Because if I'm sharing my goals with my team leader and my teammates, my fellow teammates, it means I'm putting myself in a position where I will be accountable to them. It's a choice I make myself to be accountable to my team members. So on any day, they can ask me, so how far have you gone with the plans or the targets that you told us you want to achieve? How far have you gone with going to visit, those clients, those potential clients that you mentioned to us? It puts me in a position where I'm not just accountable to myself, but I'm accountable to other people. And that is a motivating factor in the sense that they keep pushing me. And one of the most valuable things you can have is a team of people who are pushing you, not because not because of any ill intent, but because they want to see you succeed, just like they want to succeed themselves. So surrounding yourself with the right team is very important. Find people who are like-minded, find people of integrity, find people who are honest with you. They will tell you where you are not doing it right, where you need to improve, and people who will also congratulate you and celebrate with you for real. Sometimes when somebody achieves something, we celebrate, but how many of us truly celebrate? So for example, if Martha achieves a great step in her work, in her business, she needs to surround herself with people who will for real celebrate with her, not celebrate. In Kiswahili, we call it shingo pande. They're celebrating, but they're not really celebrating. There's envy and all that. But we need to surround ourselves with people who will truly celebrate us, truly celebrate with us, a team that will challenge us. If we tend to be very nice to ourselves when we are setting goals. For example, we set goals that we feel, this one I can achieve, But if you surround yourself with people who will challenge you, they'll tell you, no, Matt, you can do better than that. Give yourself a higher goal, And that is the beauty of surrounding yourself with people who have your best interest at heart, people who are honest with you, people who will tell you, you failed there and you need to improve on this particular aspect of your business. People who are people of integrity, people whom when you need to count on them for a particular aspect, they will be there for you. So find team members who will work with you every step of the way, who will challenge you, who will congratulate you, who will work together with you. The other thing about the beauty of team membership or team playing, being a team player, is that you can leverage on the abilities and the skills of other team members. So, for example, I know Daniel is a very aggressive kind of guy. Nothing stops him. When he sets a goal and he wants to do it, nothing will stop him. He will go for it. It doesn't matter who you are. Now, I may not be like Daniel. My strength could be something else, But when I need Daniel's skills and strength in my corner, I can count on him. When Daniel needs my skills, my strengths for something, one of his, his endeavors, he can count on me. So we leverage on each other. Whenever we are training sales teams, we say that there are people who are good openers. They open doors. That's their strength. They know how to knock at offices. They know how to knock at the doors of clients. Those are very valuable people. They open up opportunities to us, but they may not be very strong in closing a deal. There could be somebody else in the team. He may not be strong in opening doors, but he's strong in closing a deal. You need that person too. So when you know your strengths and when you know your fellow team members' strengths, you can leverage on those strengths and on those skills. So if I'm not a good closer, and I know maybe Julie is a good closer, I can count on Julie to come with me to close a deal. And we can agree on some of the nitty-gritties of, what we both benefit out of it. So find team members because you need their various strengths and skills to build your own business. So that's about teamwork and team members. The other thing I wanted to also mention about is setting goals. And I know Sue and Daniel have talked about this in the past, but it's very important to set goals that are achievable, that are smart, that are time-bound. For example, here's a challenge to all of us. What is your goal for the next 1 year? Where do you want to be in 1 year's time in this business? It's something that we all need to ask ourselves. It's something I need to ask myself very seriously. Like we say, I need to have a meeting with myself and ask myself, Matt, where do you want to be in 1 year as far as FFX business is concerned? Then I break it down, I bring it closer to 6 months. Where do I want to be in 6 months as far as this business is concerned? Now, sometimes, and granted, 1 year might seem like it's far, but it really is not far. 2023 has flown. 2023 has gone with the wind. Setting a 1 year goal is actually a very wise thing because it will enable you to break it down to 6 months, to 3 months, to a month. So if I want to achieve a certain goal in 6 months as far as this business is concerned, in terms of how big do I want to grow my team? How many customers do I want to have in 6 months' time? How many affiliates do I want to have in my team, in my network, in 6 months' time, in my organization? And I break it down. So if that's what I want to have in 6 months, how much work do I need to do in 1 month to achieve that in 6 months? And once I have calculated that and have documented it, this is my 1 month goal, I need to break it down to weeks. A month has 4 weeks. So out of this work that I need to do in 1 month, how much of it do I need to do every week? And once I've broken it down to weeks, I need to come up with my activities for every day that will enable me to achieve my 1 week goal, to enable me to achieve my 4 week goal, which is a month, to enable me to achieve my 3 month goal, to enable me to achieve my 6 month goal, and then eventually my 1 year goal, or goals, so to speak. So the beauty of this is that the activities that I do on a day-to-day basis,
What has happened to Matt?
Did we just lose?
I don't know. We lost him. Yeah.
He's here. Matt, are you there?
Just gone
I
mute.
Yeah, I can't see him. So, and the way it was flowing.
Weird.
So, yes, it must be network. Must be an something about the network. Okay, yeah, it is network. I think as we are waiting for Matt to come back on, please let me know when he's on. I think what I wanted, because we're enjoying that. Is he back?
yes, I'm back, Sue. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
My internet just went off. I don't know what happened.
It happens. Please
Yeah.
go on. We are enjoying.
Where was I when it went off?
About the daily goals. Weekly and daily, that's where you're reached.
Sorry, guys.
Don't mind, it's okay, we understand. Go on, go on.
I think I need to talk to my landlord to put in a generator and sell him FFX so that we are always online, you know.
What, Matt? Don't even stress about that. As we are speaking, our leader in the US, they had heavy snow, and he's been without power for 2 days. So if it's happening there, you know it happens also in Africa. So yeah, please go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So I don't know where I was. I think I was at the point of breaking it down to daily activities.
Yes.
So that because our daily activities are actually what build up to our targets, to our goals. To make it simple, if I want to, I'll go by what we've seen on this call in the past. So I want to build my team to 12. I want to achieve a certain amount of income or revenue in a month. Sometimes when you look at it from that perspective, oh, wow, in Kenya shillings, 102,000. It looks big. It looks scary. It looks intimidating. You know, when we hear that the networker in the world who earns the most in the world is somebody from MDC, and we hear that she earns $1.06 per month. Is it per month? Yes.
Yes.
You know, it looks scary and intimidating. But it also tells you it's possible. And I can tell you the formula is very simple. Break it down to daily activities. If I need to talk to 10 people every day so that at the end of the month, I have 12 people in my network signing up, then I must do that on a day-to-day basis. I must do my daily activities. If you're somebody who wants to use social media, ask yourself, what must I do every day in social media to achieve that goal, to achieve my 1 week goal? Don't even, you know, once you've documented your 1 year and 6 months and all that, that's good, document it. But now come down to daily activities. What must I do every day? If my target is the corporate world, have I broken down the corporate world into maybe industries, if I'm using that method? Or have I taken a geographical region and said, I want to visit every industry on this particular street? And if I'm doing that, how many do I need to visit every day? Is it 3? Is it 4? You know, and that's where your focus needs to be. My daily activities. What am I doing every single day? Because what I'm doing every single day is what builds up to my monthly, my 6 month, and my 1 year goals or targets. So let's break it down to that everyday level and hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Tell yourself, you know, yesterday I was talking to somebody and I realized that, you know, those of us who have been in jobs, employed somewhere in the past, or maybe you're also currently employed, you spend hours putting in effort, time, energy, your mind, resources to achieve somebody else's goals. You're spending your time, 8 hours a day minimum. You're spending your energy, your mind to achieve somebody else's goal. Now, imagine doing that for yourself. When you're employed, you have to be disciplined because there are consequences. But when it comes to ourselves, sometimes we are too lenient with ourselves. We need to apply the same discipline to ourselves. When we are working in a job and we achieve something good, we are congratulated, we are given accolades, you're given maybe a bonus or something like that. Do that for yourself. When you set your targets, your goals, and you actually achieve them, congratulate yourself, give yourself a 13th check, give yourself a holiday, give yourself, take yourself out. Like we say in Kiswahili, pea mwili pole. Tell your body you've done well. Tell yourself you've done well. Now go and enjoy this. Treat it like a job, like somebody has just said on the chat. Treat it like a job. Give yourself the same discipline. Wake up at the same time, or if not earlier. Sit down, plan your day, do it, give yourself targets at the end of the month, as you would sit with your supervisor in a job. Sit down and evaluate yourself. How did I do? And give yourself the hard talk. Matt, you didn't do well here. You need to pull up your socks. You need to do this, you need to do that. So I'm not gonna say much more. I think I've said enough, but I just wanted to remind us that this is serious. For me, this is a God-sent opportunity. A few weeks ago, I think it was Tokozani and somebody else, they talked about team insomnia. For real, it happened to me. I just stopped sleeping the hours that I used to sleep. It actually happened because I go to bed, I'm thinking about FFX. I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about FFX. When I go to pray, I'm telling God, okay, so this thing, how are we working this thing? Where are the strategies? Where are the plans? Where are the opportunities? Who am I meeting today? Bring those people around me. So embrace it. And I know in 6 months' time, we'll be talking a different story if we do what we need to do. Thank you guys for the opportunity. Back to you, Sue.
Thank you so much, Leader Matt. That is so insightful. I love the team insomnia, and I love that it's rubbed off on you for real. And I was just like clapping here. Join the club. Join the club of the restless. Join team insomnia. Yeah. Thank you so much, Matt. We could hear you just, like speak to us, and we'll definitely be inviting you for many of these calls because you people, we need to hear this. If we treat this as a hobby, it will give us hobby results. But we need to treat it with the seriousness it deserves. And sometimes it's important. We need to get organized, and that's just the truth, right? I like how you spoke about accountability. I mean, as adults, sometimes when you're just doing your thing, when you're in school, it's easier because you're made accountable. There are teachers, there's kiboko sometimes if you don't, do things properly. But as an adult, you have this freedom. And sometimes it's important, I think, just to know that you're on track. And if you could find a group of people who are like-minded and you can work together. Today, I just came out of a meeting with some of my leaders, and it was so exciting because then you have to be accountable to each other because you can't just show up without having anything, and every time you get there, you want to say something and share something good. Accountability is very, very important. So always find yourself an accountability partner, and preferably someone who understands your business or shares, someone who gets you. They need to get you, right? And also, I like the part where Matt says that you have to have a meeting with yourself. It's something we say in Kenya, like, I just sat there and I had a meeting with myself. And, it's a new thing, but I like that you need to have a meeting with yourself. You sit there and you're like, but so really, is this how we are doing it? Like, you need to be accountable to yourself and then to others as well. Thank you so much for that, Matt. Before I introduce our final speaker for the night, I just want to acknowledge a few more people who've come onto the call. We have Rob. Rob is from Kericho, our specialty area in Kenya. Rob, you're very welcome onto the call. We see you. Of course, we have Florence Kiwanuka, all the way from Uganda. Florence, we know you're consistent. You are always here, whether there's load shedding in Uganda or not. So that consistency will pay off, okay? Then we have Julie in Nairobi. Julie, we see you. And finally, we have Mayek in Mombasa. So you see how it's important to know your people also, take interest in your people and know what's going on, team. That's what I would, always encourage you to do, as many as possible. And now, our final speaker today is someone that I have known for a very long time. We have done business together. We've had our ups and downs, and I'm just so excited to be working with him. We have never really worked, well, maybe in the last year or so, but we've never really had that privilege of working the way we are now, and to be so excited together about an opportunity. So I'm just so happy to have him here. He's someone I respect very much. We have crossed borders together, from Kenya to Uganda to Tanzania, and even all the way in Nigeria, in West Africa. John, I mean, this guy is awesome. We have worked even as cross lines or different businesses, but this is a real brother and someone who has experienced huge, huge success in our industry. And we are always happy to hear from him. I keep saying he's very humble, he's very modest, he won't say it. This gentleman is someone who has built huge organizations of tens of thousands of people across Africa. And now, without much further ado, let me welcome again Leader George. Please, you can, you have the stage is yours. Take as much time, just share whatever it is. I'm busy taking notes. Thank you.
Oh, how powerful. Oh, so you take me so far when you talk about all those journeys that we have made, Yeah, it is a pleasure to be working with you on this one. And I'm happy to be back to be able maybe to share one more thing before we draw the curtain on tonight's presentation. Where do I start from? Let me just say that this opportunity before us is an awesome opportunity. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm saying that the opportunity before us is an awesome opportunity. And for me, really, this is like my retirement package. Yeah, so I want to really put all the efforts. I want to make sure that this thing works out and works out big, so that at least we can be able to leave a legacy. We can be able maybe to hand over the baton even to the next generation of networkers. But I wanted to leave, or rather to finish the night tonight by sharing a story. Somebody said somehow they enjoy my stories. And so I felt maybe I could share another story, maybe as a way of concluding tonight. It is said that the tallest tree in the world, one of the tallest trees in the world, is the Chinese bamboo tree. It is assumed that it can grow up to 100 meters, sometimes even more. And bamboo for the Chinese people is a source of wealth. Very many people grow bamboos, as a livelihood, because they make literally, they can make so many things out of bamboo. Almost everything, that we can conceive, they're able to make from bamboo in China. And so there's a story about this man, a farmer. He just got tired of status quo. He had been planting, he had a farm, and he had been planting maize year in, year out, selling the maize. After selling the maize, they are broke again. So him and the farmers in the neighborhood were all planting maize. And I'm sure in Africa here, we can resonate with that story, because most of us, those who grew up in the farm, we know that, our people used to plant basically maize, beans, for subsistence. So the same thing was happening with this farmer. But he reached a place and he felt like he needed to do something. So he went to a seminar somewhere and learned about the bamboo tree, in particular, the Chinese bamboo tree. And so he decided to come and implement and plant that tree in his farm. Now, incidentally, when you're planting the bamboo, the Chinese bamboo tree, you don't plant a shoot. Other bamboo trees, you plant a shoot and it grows and becomes a tree. But for the Chinese bamboo tree, you plant the seeds. So he cultivated his farm before the rains came. So at the same time, his neighbors were also cultivating their farms. And so he went on and planted the seeds of the bamboo. I think you plant them, I had like, you do about 1 foot, holes of 1 foot deep, and then you put in the seeds, and then you cover the hole. So his neighbors also planted their maize. And so he started watering the seeds, because according to what he learned, you were supposed to water these seeds every day without fail. So he kept watering the seeds daily. In a short while, the neighbors' maize started to grow, but nothing was growing in his farm. But the man kept on watering his farm every day. The maize in the neighbor's farm grew until it was harvest time. But for our friend, nothing had shot out from the ground, but he kept on watering his farm every single day. After harvesting their maize, the neighbors were like, what is wrong with this guy? This guy, we planted with him at the same time. We have already harvested our maize. We are now enjoying the fruit of our labor, and he's still struggling. He's still watering his farm. What is wrong with this guy? So anyway, another season came. The neighbors planted more maize, and this guy continued watering his barren land. He was just watering the spots where he knew he had planted the seeds. He kept on doing that, and the neighbors harvested their maize, and they started saying, this man has gone crazy. We see him every day. He wakes up, goes to the river, gets the water, comes and waters his land. But he doesn't get anything. There's nothing coming out. I think this guy is a candidate for a psychiatrist hospital. So anyway, they kept mocking him, until it was 5 years. Now, with the Chinese bamboo, what happens is that you have to keep watering the holes where you planted the bamboo without fail. And you will do this for 5 years. What is happening in the 5 years, the root system of the bamboo is forming. It's going deep, because remember, this is the tallest tree in the world. So it has to go deep into the ground so that it forms a strong foundation for the tree that is going to form in a short while. So after 5 years, as the guy kept on watering his farm, one day he woke up and there was a shoot from the ground, a small little shot. And he was like so excited, you know. The next day, the thing had grown by almost 1 foot. By the end of the week, it was more than a meter. Within a month, the thing was more than, 10 meters. The thing was growing like crazy until it grew and reached maturity in a very short while. Now, of course, after harvesting now his bamboo, he was able to recover all the time that people thought he had lost, and he became a very, very wealthy man. He overtook all those neighbors who were laughing at him, and of course, now he was able now to explain to them what he had been doing for those 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, we are building a business that we want to run into the future. We want this business to grow. We want this business to become successful. And we want this business to be able to pay us for all the time that we are investing in it. We must maintain focus like that farmer. We have to be patient. We have to be committed, and we have to be consistent. When we do that, I am telling you, people who are laughing at us because maybe they are running into what we call in this area abracadabras, yeah, businesses that are here today, gone tomorrow. They will respect us because they will see that these people have built something that is going to last generations. So I want to encourage all of you, don't give up, stay focused, let's run the course together, and together we shall be successful. I like what Sue says as I come to an end. Sue is always saying that it's not going to be, she did not promise that it's going to be easy, but it was going to be worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you guys all the best in the business. Over to Sue, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much, and good night.
Thank you so much, Leader George. You know, like, what else can I say? I don't pour any water on that. That was just a perfect ending on its own. I think the only thing I would like to do is I forgot to recognize Sarat from Nigeria. Sarat, we see you. Thank you so much for being on the call. Leader George, that was fantastic. I don't even want to say anything, to add anything. Let people, this is just food for thought. Like Florence said, this is food for thought. Everybody, we have a lot to think about. Please stay tuned. Be on the chat, on the groups for all information. Tomorrow we will have our leaders meeting again, our family meeting. For the speakers today, Leader George, Leader Daniel, and Leader Matt, you guys have done an awesome job. We have ladies here, Florence, Julie, Susan, Sarat. We hope to see more ladies on the call. Ladies, let's also show them we can do it too. But we are so excited, guys. Thank you so much. Abu Bakr, I know we're on the call with you after this. Thank you so much. You can all unmute yourselves now, and we can all say good night or good afternoon. I know everyone is probably in the evening. So unmute yourselves, say goodbye, you know, and then we can call it a day.
Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you for the wonderful
Good night,
presentation.
everyone.
Good night.
You're
Good night.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Have a
Good
good
Thank
night.
you
night.
all. Have a good night.
Good night. Night, night.